I'm here to support my partner on the claim that the U.S. should end all federal subsidies to domestic agricultural production, based on the grounds that the subsidies waste money that could be better spent, they are harmful to the environment, and that they have a negative impact on international trade. First of all, American presidents since Herbert Hoover have attempted to protect the American farmer by enacting legislation to provide financial relief, as well as creating organizations aimed at regulating the price and supply of American agricultural commodities. And like now today, they're being wasted on, or they're just wasting money that could be better spent. Like my partner said before, farm subsidies cost taxpayers up to $20 billion annually, but they also tie farmers in a knot of unproductive regulations. And yeah, and my opponent here said that subsidies can be used for switchgrass or something instead of ethanol, but subsidies in general have farm programs that are prone to fraud and scandal. From Chris Edwards of the Cato Institute says, the Government Accountability Office found that improper farm payments amount to as much as $500 million each year. Since 2000, the government has paid $1.3 billion in subsidies to people who own farmland that is not even used for farming, and the government also frequently distributes disaster payments to farmers who don't even need them or often ask for them. And also from J.K. Truitt, an analyst, he says, critics also assert that providing farmers with subsidies causes problems in the proper allocation of resources. For instance, instead of using land as pastures for cattle, farmers grow corn to use as a livestock field. Also, subsidies encourage farmers to grow corn for conversion to ethanol, which is used as automotive fuel instead of for food. And going on to the environment, farm programs damage the environment, says Chris Edwards of the Cato Institute. He goes on to say, subsidy programs and trade barriers draw marginal farmland into production and encourage the overuse of fertilizers, as my partner said already. But also, the subsidy, or like encouraging the overuse of fertilizers creates fertilizer and pesticide runoff from farmlands, which contribute to destructive algal blooms and the 7,000 square mile dead zone that appears every summer in the Gulf of Mexico off the coasts of Louisiana and Texas. For international trade, well, during the last 25 years, the domestic policies have begun to dramatically impact the U.S.'s foreign trade policies and foreign relations in a negative manner. Many developing countries are retaliating against the U.S.'s aura of protectionism, and due to that, they're forming multilateral trade agreements to block the influence of the U.S. And also, agricultural products entering the United States face an average tariff rate of 12%. The United States in general has some of the lowest agricultural tariff rates of any country in the world. And our exports, on the other hand, face average tariffs of 62%, and consequently, the United States does not have a whole lot of leverage on the tariff front. So, yeah, overall, the US should end all federal subsidies to domestic agricultural production.